down, 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 and start.
Make that the cold open.
You like that little ditty?
I do.
John and Kyle are trying to play, and now you have to watch them.
Hey.
Hi, folks. Guess who didn't save?
Luckily, there is stage select in this, but if you've been paying... Wow.
Thankfully, there's stage
If you've been
select.
paying enough attention to, like, my life counter or something, that's why. So,
You know, before you get all Walter Day from Twin Galaxies on our butts.
So the week that we're recording this, there's been a lot of news, shall we say.
You know what would be great is not talking about any of it.
Well, I'll talk about topic specific though, because this guy here.
Oh, that one. Okay, yes.
You know what week we're talking about. Oh, baby boy.
Oh, buddy, baby boy, baby boy.
So, I think that maybe casting Ben Schwartz is actually the best news out of all of that.
Yes.
Yes. That's like the only good choice in that whole...
I wish they had directed him a little bit better, but Ben Schwartz was never not a good idea for Sonic.
Yeah. But...
Because, like, you know, listen to the way he acts in that versus the way he plays Leonardo in Turtles, directed by Rob Paulson.
Oh yeah, speaking of Turtles, why isn't... There we go. So, Paramount is kind of the studio responsible for the movie version, right?
Yeah. I think I read something about it being Sony's at first, and then just due to circumstances it became Paramount's.
Oh yeah, because Nickelodeon owns that, and Viacom, and... is it Paramount owns Viacom, or vice versa?
Yeah, wait, are we talking about Turtles now? Or are we talking about Sonic now?
I think it's kind of related because there's been a big slew of terrible design decisions at Paramount.
Right.
Because you got Turtles, you got Sonic, you got monster trucks. I think that had a notorious story attached to that. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
For anyone who doesn't remember, there was a movie that nobody talks about anymore because... But apparently, there was the first pass at the design for the titular monster was so horrifying that it actually scared children. Even though which isn't a good look for your children's movie.
Right. Shoot, I'm trying to remember whose movie that was. Like, it was somebody notable.
Was it?
Like, somebody not necessarily known for high-budget, motion pictures.
This is, like, the slowest part of the game. And you got the water physics on top of all the rings flying around, and do you need to look it up, like who it was?
Oh, I mean, if... I'd rather just let you move on to your point. Ooh, cheese.
Yeah, it's a close and... Oh...
No, I said cheese. It looked like cheese. Roll mate.
Some cracky good toast.
Anyway, what it all boils down to is, now I realize that, like, the design wasn't the director's decision, but, like, if you're going to be the director of a property movie, you should probably care about the property.
I don't think anyone with an artistic vision had any say in that.
No, I'm sure.
And the fact that they're so willing to change it right away kind of shows that. There was no artistic vision involved with that, or else they wouldn't, like, go back on it. Like, bad or not, if you have a vision, you're kind of less willing to...
I'm only speculating here, but, like...
Right.
I kind of wonder if, like, that degree of readiness to change it makes me wonder if they had, like, kind of planned it to begin with. Like, they were like, okay, we're gonna drop this trailer. If everyone's fine with the design, we're good. But if they're not, we have a plan. Like, I feel like they knew that was a possibility in order for them to be saying that this quickly.
See,
But that's just my speculation.
you know, ignoring all the leaked design work that got out, and
I mean, there's probably still somebody in there going, but wait till they see it in motion. And gosh, did we?
the actual production artwork looks better than the render that they ended up with.
True.
And I kind of wonder how much of that is actually the model and just... Oh, thanks for the boost, Spike Ball.
You're welcome, John. I'm a spike ball.
We're going on a bunch of different adventures!
Man, we have got to get through a session without making a Game Grumps reference.
But there's no monoculture anymore, so what references can we make that everyone would get?
Old ones.
Big ones, small ones, some as big as your head?
Look, we could just make our own humors for people to be referring to. It'll be our culture.
That's hard.
Yeah, you're right. We should quit.
We say that every time, but this time it's sticking. There's a button.
Welcome to the last episode of Trying to Play.
Oh, there's the button. Button.
See? Soon everyone will be going button for no good reason.
No, I don't know why that came to mind, but just saying the word button reminded me. Do you know of any of those Deke DVDs where they had Inspector Gadget explaining how a DVD menu works?
Oh, yeah, yes.
So it was like, if you wish to use the help button, click on the help button using your remote.
Was it Maurice?
It didn't sound like they got any professional to do it, to be honest.
I'm Inspector Guy who works here.
It was a lot like that, you know who they got to do the Frank Welker ghost voice in the Ghostbusters DVD?
Oh.
It was kind of that level of quality.
No.
Yep. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay.
Oh no.
The music started over without even going to the countdown music. That's how you know you just barely made it. You know, maybe it's good that we're starting off this session with the water level, because we need to warm up here. This is the very beginning of the session.
I'm just looking at this and wondering, like, when they made Mario Maker, I heard everybody talking about a Zelda Maker, but I didn't hear anybody talking about a Sonic Maker.
I heard some rumblings, because it seems like, man, there are enough Sonic fan games where you might as well put out one.
Yeah, actually. Come to think of it.
I mean, they already did the Avatars thing with the Forces.
Yeah, and it's kind of nice how Sega's usually seems to be okay with it. They don't feel threatened by it. And I also like how I like the idea of stuff like Freedom Planet. You know that game?
Oh yeah, I got to, I think, the final level, but it's hard.
Yeah, and they're working on a second one, and they got what's his dude from Sonic Mania to help him out.
What's his dude?
You know the guy the fan who became the Sonic Mania guy.
Whitehead?
Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea that he had a hand in that one.
I don't think he was involved with the first Freedom Planet, but I think he's going to work on the second one.
Kind of like the cute character designs on the Freedom Planet. They've been redesigned for the second one, though, it looks like.
Yeah, I think so, which makes sense. Yeah, I like the idea of, gee, I'm a big fan of a thing, let me make up my own version of it, like, particularly if it's a series that's been kind of neglected. Like, there's this one guy who's making a Wario Land-like game with this crazy-looking pizza guy.
Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
Let me just wait here in the place I'm supposed to be at to die. I don't like that at all.
There have been a huge amount of Metroid-like games.
Which is probably why there are so many, quote, Metroidvanias out on the indie scene.
Well, is because Nintendo had been neglecting that franchise
Yeah.
for a while, and now there are almost like too many. Because that's a game style where you kind of have to. It's very paced. So if there are a bunch of them, then you can't play all of them because they're all deliberately slowly doled out.
Right. Yeah, and there'll be things I've seen where it's like, oh man, this person's put so much work into this, and they can't really do much of anything with it because it's not theirs.
Right.
Like, I saw a really gorgeous Mario fan game.
Was it Psycho Waluigi or something?
No. It was kind of a like, what if they had like continued developing Mario 16-bit style as they kept going, and it was just a lovely looking little fan, game. Like I didn't play it, I saw a video of it, and I'm like, oh, wow, well, hey, why not take this engine you've made here?
Don't do it to me again. Oh jeez. Oh jeez.
Let's take this nice engine you made here and make, an original thing that you can make.
Yeah.
Like make your own game out of and make some money off of. Like no one's gonna be upset that it plays like Mario.
In the actual 16-bit era, pretty much everything played like Mario anyway, so.
Until it started playing like Sonic.
God, none of them could capture that. Like even the first Sonic doesn't really capture the good
Yeah.
Sonic feeling. The first in a franchise, it's weird how it works in video games. Like the first in a franchise is usually the most rough around the edges, and then it gets good later on, usually. But when it comes to movies, it's usually like the first one is magic, and then they can never recapture it. It's a very different medium.
True. Although it seems to depend a little bit on like how much you've planned it from the start. Like, Marvel sequels tend to fare pretty well.
Well, they came to. I think early on it was still like Iron Man 2 and like
Sure,
Thor 2
but,
were a little
John,
rough.
I'm talking about now.
Yeah. I thought you were just talking about all in general.
I mean,
I had a real hard time beating this part as a kid because it isn't really a boss battle. It's a race to the top before you get overcome by water and then you drown. So hopefully I can make it here. Oh, good. That's what I need with all the spikes here. No. Oh, no rings.
I think he slows down for you.
Here we go.
Oh no!
Oh, I made it to the top. Okay, good.
Well, now you did it.
What
Sonic
the-
in the absence of rings.
The hell were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about sequels.
Yeah, I think video games kind of works more like television in a sense,
Right.
because like the first season is usually trying to figure out what works, and then the second season starts very sweetening up. Usually, heroes notwithstanding.
Right. Well,
There are always
circumstances.
exceptions.
John, a subject I was going to ask you a second ago and then forgot and then remembered was, I can't remember if we've talked about it on the show, but what is your favorite Sonic game?
I think 2 is, even though more objectively speaking, 3 is the better one. Or
I mean, it's
3
okay to like,
Yeah, it was the first one that I owned, so I have a soft spot for it.
yeah.
Plus, I was always playing that with my sisters, and one of them would be Tails. I think everyone with a younger sibling and a Sega Genesis has that same story. It's probably been long enough to do another episode here.
Okay, cool.